So one of the things I don't think people do enough of is say thank you. So one of the things that Mitch has inspired me to do is to start doing a little series on saying thank you to the people that have influenced me as I was coming up in terms of learning about business and learning about design and creativity. So the first person I really want to say thank you to is George Cluff. So Professor George Cluff from UC Berkeley, who was my strategy and planning professor at Berkeley. And the one thing that George really taught me is that business is fun, and that sounds like a minor thing, but he had such a delight in strategic planning and in business models and in business itself that it really just rubbed off on everything that he did and the way he taught the class. And he was a hard taskmaster. If you turned up after 8:30 a.m. for a lecture, then the doors were locked and you weren't coming in that day. And if anyone knows me, that's probably not one of my strengths, but I have to say I made pretty much every class because they were just absolutely fascinating. His passion for looking at businesses in new ways, looking at strategic planning in terms of how businesses could create new futures for themselves, his war stories from the consulting projects he'd been involved in and the case studies he shared with us were just so powerful. So really, I owe a lot of who I am as a business person and as a strategic planner to George, so Professor George. So it's probably a long overdue thank you to George Cluff from UC Berkeley.